Keep arms down and head back and hold on.
So, I might have trouble speaking in full sentences tonight, or just being fully conscious. Because at 3:30 this morning, I heard beep. And I'm like, oh no, yeah, smoke alarm, battery's going dead. Every so often, the little beep thing. There's no way I'm going to be able to sleep through that, no matter how faint it was. So yeah, get up, dig out a battery, find which one it is in the house, replace it, go back to bed, laid there, eyes wide open. I could not get back to sleep. I hate those things because it never happens during the daytime. It's always at night when you're sleeping.
It's always at night.
Always.
Yeah. So I had a funny story. I have a funny story. It's I went over to my coworker's house, best friend's house, and she asked me to hang up some curtains over there. So I'm like, okay, I'll go over because she's not mechanically inclined at all. She doesn't know how to do that stuff. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go over there. I walk in the door. I hear that beep. And I'm like, your smoke detector's going off. And she says, no, it's not. And I'm like, yeah, it is. Just wait. Listen for it. And I'm like, as we're talking, it goes beep. And I'm like, you didn't hear that? And she says, no. And I'm like, okay, hold on. So you get quiet, and we both stand there. We're staring at each other, and we're, waiting, time ticking down. Beep, there it goes again. I'm like, okay, there it is. You hear that? And she's like, I didn't even know. And then and we go upstairs, and it's like, okay, where is it? It's in her master bedroom. It's in her bedroom that she sleeps in every single night.
Oh, my God.
And now I'm like, okay, well, it's a vaulted ceiling, so she needed like an 8-foot ladder to get up there, which she had. So it's like, okay, get me the ladder, or let's get the ladder, and I'll get up there and I'll change it for you. Because she's like, good, I hate getting on top of the ladder. So it's like, all right, and I'm like, you pretty much, you can't just let that thing keep going. It's going to drive you nuts. And she basically, we kind of talked a little bit here, a little bit there. We kind of get around to it. And it's just, I find out that it has not just started going off. It actually has been going off for not the day, not a couple of days, not a week, almost 6 months. It's been chirping like that.
I don't know how.
I don't. My sister's like that.
I couldn't wait 5 minutes.
There were like,
I know.
I think it was like 3 or 4 consecutive holidays, like, Thanksgiving, Christmas, probably Easter. Like every time I went over, she had a smoke detector. Like the same smoke detector was still beeping, and like I couldn't even I couldn't deal with it. Like it was driving me nuts. And I'm like, you live in this house. Like I can't even begin to understand it. And I had another friend. I was talking to her on the phone, and like I just keep hearing the beep in the background. I'm like, what? Just stop. Do you have a 9-volt battery? Please, for the love of God, tell me you have a 9-volt battery.
Right. I had to drag myself out of bed. It wasn't the one that's right outside the bedroom. Went downstairs, and then there was the question. I didn't catch it right away. And then there was the question: well, is it the smoke detector, or is it the monoxide, carbon monoxide, and all this?
Oh yeah,
which one is, because they're close together. And then there's also one in the basement. I determined it wasn't that one, but of course it was not the one that I was standing next to. So I go traipsing around to the other end of the house.
I think I hear the fire trucks coming to help you out.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Is that your house or Ryan's?
The 9-volt batteries are down in the basement. So I had to go down there and dig them out. Like, oh, God, this better be a good battery and still work.
So
By the
actually
time I went through all of that, stumbling around at 3:30 in the morning, there was no way I was going to be back to sleep, and I've just been bad case of dragon ass all day.
Oh yeah.
I actually had my own weird smoke detector incident. I think it was last week. I have a 2-bedroom apartment, but the second bedroom is I have a server in there that I do a bunch of things, like a virtual server that I can spin up things to test things on and whatever. It runs 24 hours a day, and it gets really hot in that room, like really hot. So in the summer, I have an exhaust fan, like this huge exhaust fan that I put in the window. The problem with that is, like, at this time of year when it starts getting cold at night, it pulls the draft in the rest of the apartment, and then the rest of the apartment starts getting chilly. So, like, usually there's that point where it's like, okay, this is the time to remove it from the window because, like, it can deal with heat in there. I've never really had issues with it because of heat. So, like, usually when I pull it out, it's like, okay, well, it'll cool down at night. It'll start heating up during the day, but it has the night to cool back down, cool the room back down. And I'm in the living room watching TV, and I hear this. Like, to me, it almost sounded like a commercial fire alarm from, like, down the street, or, you know, like that type of thing. And I'm like, what? Because it was like that chirp, not the beep, but like that chirp, like that multiple like chirp. And I was like, what is going on? And then I was like, well, did the office put in like they couldn't, like, there's an office under me. I'm like, there's no way they put a commercial fire alarm in there. And I'm like, what is this? Outside of a commercial fire alarm, I've never heard this sound. And it started getting to me. Like, this is starting to get to me, right? So I'm like, I have to figure this out. I have to figure out where it's at. So I start listening. I'm like, no, that's coming from back the hall. And sure enough, I open the room to the second bedroom where all this is at, and it's chirping. It's doing this chirp. And I'm like, what the hell does this even mean? Like, I've never heard this. So I took it off the wall. And first of all, it was really, really hot in the room. Took it off the wall, and I look at the back, and I'm like, okay, if it does this, malfunction, huh? So I just set it in the hall, and then I'm like, it is kind of hot in here, and like as I go to put the fan back in the window, it stops, and I'm like, huh? Apparently, there's a temperature that smoke detectors say I'm done.
That's interesting.
And it found it. The thermometer in the room said 101.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Usually it hovers around 95 in the summer. But this is also that's at the thermometer I have in that room is at eye level, and this is up almost next to the ceiling. So
it's going to be warmer. Yeah.
It was probably I wouldn't be surprised if it was 115 at the smoke detector height. So, but I never realized that smoke detectors are there's that temperature that they hit where they malfunction. I mean, being a former firefighter, I've been in buildings where it's on fire and they still seem to function fine. Because I remember there's multiple times where you take an axe to them because you're like, shut up. We realize there's a fire. Do you see us here with the hose? Shut up.
Shut up. We're doing our thing.
You've done your job. And there's times where it's the room around the smoke detector is completely burnt down and it's sitting on the ground still beeping. How the hell do you go through that? And then this thing's in my room just saying, nope, I'm out. Too hot.
Done. Sick of this shit.
I was just about to make the comment, too. It's oh, okay, so when the house burns down, it goes right into malfunction mode right before it burns itself down. Apparently not.
And that's the thing. I've been in multiple houses that have been on fire. That's what I did. And I've never heard
detector.
I've never heard a malfunction. They just keep going. Just they're really fun to hit with an axe or a Halligan bar, though. But even that, I've seen other I've seen people beating them and they're still beeping. They just keep going. Yeah. It's insane how adorable they are.
Oh yeah. smoke detector roulette is what we used to do in California, because our house was a single story house, right? Single level. And it had like tile floor and then like fake wood floor basically throughout the entire house, and nice smooth walls everywhere, vaulted ceilings. So it was one of those things that when a smoke detector started chirping in that house, it took you 15 minutes, because you had to go stand at each one.
Well,
and
that's
then
what
it would
I was
chirp.
doing
It's
this
like,
morning.
nope, it's the other way. So you'd walk in the other way and you go to the other room, and it would chirp. It's like, nope, it's back that way. And you keep walking around between rooms. I go, and which one is it?
And you get so sick of waiting, because it really isn't that far apart, but when you're waiting for it to go off again, it seems like forever.
It's like a minute or something between them.
Do either of you remember thinkgeek.com?
Oh, that sounds familiar.
They had like all these, like they used to sell like all these like gadgets, like tech gadgets and like novelty items, but like they always had like kind of like a technical theme to them.
What was this called?
Thinkgeek.com.
Think Geek. Yeah, I used to subscribe to American Science Surplus, which sounds kind of like the same thing.
Might have been. This was like they sold all kinds of stuff, like various stuff. But one of the products they had, and I'm sure they're still out there, you could find them from somewhere, but they had this little tiny circuit board that you put a battery on, like a coin battery, and it would randomly beep at random intervals. And like it was like one of those things to just drive people nuts. You could just hide it somewhere, and like it would take forever to find it, because it would beep, and then it wouldn't beep for another 5 to 10 minutes. But it wouldn't, like every time it beeped, it would be in a different interval. So you couldn't even sit there and say like, okay, every 5 minutes is beeping. Get ready in 4 minutes. But no, that time it would say, no, I'm going to wait 10 minutes this time. Like
that's
so. I know exactly what you're talking about, because the guy I work with that sits in the cubicle in front of me, he just bought a 3-pack of digital crickets that do the exact same thing. And like his friend that sits next to him, kind of kitty corner from me, he's like, oh, he put one at his desk somewhere, and it will just, because it sounds like a cricket, but it's kind of digitally, it just sits there and it goes, and it's like, what is that sound? And it, like,
why would you
guy nuts.
do that to yourself?
I love it.
So, for pranksters out there, yes, there are digital crickets out there that you can buy.
I just looked it up on Amazon. I might have to get.
See, why would you do that? Here, I have to buy one.
There are some select desks at work where I would love to hide them.
How much? I'm just curious. How much are they? What's the price on one of those?
Well, like there's a 3-pack for $13.
Okay.
Here's a 3-pack that's as low as $8.50.
So just say between $3 and $5 a piece.
Oh, but you can get, what's that mean? 1, 2, 3, 4, a 6-pack for $18.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, because all the things were what I saw. It just looks like a little printed circuit board with a little tiny micro battery on it. That's all it is.
Yep. Oh, I might have to do this. Put one in my boss's office, and there's a couple of people that drive me nuts with those noises they're making.
I just picture Greg one day, like he's at the office and he just loses it. Haven't you guys found those things yet? And he's just running around the office grabbing them all.
Oh, no. Two people in particular that I have in mind, they're not on my floor, let alone in the room where I work. I wouldn't do that to myself. I'm not that stupid. Maybe close.
Drop one of those in an air vent, like a floor air vent.
Oh my God. You take out half the building.
Like, how long does that battery last?
Yeah.
A long time.
A long time, for sure.
No, the guy who oversees the building is a former Marine. I don't think I want to do anything like that. Because it would come down to him to find it and fish it out. Got a great sense of humor, but I don't think it goes that far.
There's a line.
Yeah.
Well, this is Side Friction Podcast. It's episode. Yeah, we're doing that.
We're recording.
Episode 101. On our way to 200. This is October 18th, 2025. I'm Bob.
I'm Greg.
I'm Ryan, the ride mechanic.
And we have news from all over the place today.
It's a pretty mixed bag, huh?
It really is.
Which is great.
Yeah, not
until you have to do the picture for the episode.
Well, that's not our problem.
Yeah, I know. Anyway.
But the title will be fun to come up with, though.
Yeah.
We got to deal with that. So let's just get it out of the way. We've got some Six Flags news to talk about.
It's unavoidable anymore.
Things aren't going well.
The rats are jumping ship.
The good news
What's
is...
the weather like today?
Right. The good news is we're not going to see Salim as CEO because he said, bye.
I'm done.
Peace out. I'm done. I've had enough.
I've screwed up things as far as I can.
Right, yeah. With as much as he screwed up, and he's even like, I'm not going down with this ship. That's saying something. Marilyn Spiegel has been elected non-executive chair of the board of directors, effective January 1st, 2026. At the same time, Salim will be stepping down. Yeah. He's still positive. He's like, this has been my most, how do you put it? Like, he's so proud of the transition and like, whatever, dude. Sure. It's been a great transition.
I'm proud of the disaster.
That's what you got to write on the resume down for the next company to pick you up.
Yeah, right.
I successfully merged the two companies.
Yeah,
Pay no attention to what happened after.
Everything was sunshine and roses until the weather came in.
Right.
And then it messed everything up.
Everything up. It had nothing to do with me and what I did.
It represents not only a bold step for Six Flags, but also a vision of what the future of theme parks can be. God, I hope not.
No kidding.
Oh, wait, that was... Oh, yeah, that's...
It's what they can be. It doesn't necessarily what they will be.
Oh,
but
wait,
it's what
that's
they
right.
can be.
He's... right. He's serving...
Devil's in the details here.
He is now serving as a consultant to Six Flags Kidia. So that'll be fun.
How long will that last then?
At least he's a consultant, so like
he's not actually making decisions.
Right? Yeah. Plus, that also is probably an easy job. Like, you need something that's like blank checks. Like, I'm sure it's like, oh no, well, we have to do this. Okay, here you go.
Yeah.
Like, because they're just they're just dumping money into, like, Saudi Arabia. The government is dumping money into that, right? Because like they're like, we need tourism because they recognize
oil's not gonna last.
Yeah, exactly. Oil's one, a finite resource, and also not going to be the wave of the future. So yeah, they're trying to find another source of income. And apparently...
Which is interesting because of how much money they're throwing into what do you call it, the line and all of that stuff, which is already a disaster.
And a half. Disaster and a half, absolutely. Yeah. That does not look good. Yeah.
Yeah, so, not going well. And the other news we have is... there's no story out on this yet. Things can change. So on the show notes, there is a link to an archived version of the King's Dominion website to show that what we're talking about, in case this changes, as things often do with Six Flags now. But there are multiple parks now that are like, oh, hey, that whole like charging you extra to go to the haunts? Yeah, we were just kidding. Come visit us. We'll let you in for free.
Yeah.
Which I think clearly signifies something backfired.
Clearly.
I'd like to know what specifically, though, but we'll never know for sure.
I guarantee you people just aren't doing the haunts.
Yeah.
Well, so I was always in on the Six Flags side of things, right? I was always, you paid for fright, when you got into the gate, whether it was a season pass or a ticket, it was just a thing. You stayed at the park all day. Fright Fest started at nighttime, and that was it. But if you wanted to go into the houses, you had to pay extra. So, and then on the Cedar Fair side.
First thing, though, is, as you said, that was the thing. You expected that. You didn't buy your season pass and then all of a sudden have the company say, oh, by the way, you have to pay for this now and this now. Like, I think that's the problem. If this was one of those things that you said up front, and this is what's really, I really think it's rubbing people the wrong way, is you're constantly like, it's like, oh, hey, get this great deal on a season pass. If you buy now, and then it's like, oh, hey, here's all the reasons why we're not making it as good of a deal as you thought it was. So there's like this buyer's remorse thing that starts happening, I think.
Were all Cedar Fair parks the other way around, though? Were they all that, where, haunt was an extra
They were all
admission?
Included. Yeah, they were all included. As far
Which
as
I thought was pretty cool, because it's like, oh, you have to pay an extra admission to get in to the haunt, but then all the houses are there. Of course, if they could still upsell the no waiting in line pass and all that other stuff.
Well, the other thing, Cedar Fair, their season pass was always more expensive than Six Flags too, and it was part of their advertising campaign that buy the season pass and you get all of this stuff at no extra cost, kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, even people that bought the 2025 pass, like this is a game that they're changing. Like, people may have bought it like in December last year, with the expectation of like, here's this is going to last us through the year, and then like they're the ones being like, this is pulled out from under them, as well as the people that are buying the new pass for 2026 were also expecting this, because they of course they don't ever say anything in advance intentionally to be misleading, so that there's not a backfire on buying season passes. And I kind of have this feeling that there has been a backfire on that too, which I think this is all speculation. I'm going to be clear about that, but I think that might also be an indication, like, this could also have to do with people aren't buying tickets to the park. So, like, forget the season pass holders, the people that did buy the season passes, the people that would be buying tickets. Like, they go one time a year, they go in the fall because they like the haunt. They're saying, no, I'm not doing it this year. Like, I'm not paying for a ticket and then paying for another ticket. Right. This isn't the way this works. Yeah. And
those one-day ticket people have essentially been locked out of the system from the haunt.
Yes.
As opposed to like the Legacy Six Flags, you could at least be there for like 3/4 of the festivities, and then you just have to purchase the houses at the end.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think that most of the parks I've seen have actually been Cedar Fair parks that are doing this. This is not a global Six Flags. Like, all parks are now doing this. It's a select number. King's Dominion's one. I think Dorney's another. Cedar Fair might have been one.
Cedar Point.
Cedar Point. But yeah, I think it's mostly, if not all, Cedar Fair parks that are making this change.
Yeah, to your point, I could see people saying, "Well, if I have to buy a ticket and then buy the haunted house, I'm better off going to the cornfield mazes and stuff like that." And or like they used to have it around here when my son was younger, where it was like a hayride out on the farm fields and all that stuff, but they had people who were zombies who were ostensibly going to attack the wagon that you were on. Well, the wagon was equipped with paintball guns.
Oh, cool.
You shot the zombies. That would have been great. And rather do that than buy a ticket and then buy more tickets once you get inside.
Right. Yeah.
I can see that backfiring in that way.
Yeah, I think the general theme of this is people are tired of being nickel and dimed, and there's starting to be a revolt against that. Like, people are just like, no, I'm not. Like, you fooled me already. I have a feeling that that's what's going on. And, I think it's also one of those things that's just subtle. It's not like, it's like, I don't really feel like going, and you don't define it, but like one of the biggest influences is you're just tired of like going there and going, I gotta spend how much for this? Wait, you mean I can't do that? Wait, I can't ride this coaster unless I pay for this locker? It just makes for a miserable day. And even if you're not actively saying this is horrible, I hate that you're nickel and diming me, I hate all this that I'm paying, you just go away going, it wasn't all that fun. You just have a bad taste in your mouth. And I think that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Well, if they have to wake up to things the hard way, I guess maybe they'll learn a lesson. I wouldn't count on it, but
not for a while. Not until it's too late. Yeah. That's what's going to happen. And here's the thing. Let's switch gears and head over to United Parks. They just announced a new coaster for SeaWorld San Antonio, Barracuda Strike, which is it's a B&M, appears to be one of the like family B&M inverts.
Yep. That
have become popular. But they're the park that now, like, all of a sudden I'm starting to think maybe they learned. I mean, it really, like, they've done so much damage that it's going to take a long time for them to get back. But I think they may finally be waking up to we pushed our customers away. Just, I don't know. I just kind of get the feeling we'll have to keep watching, but, maybe it was even like, the whole mirror syndrome is like, they're watching Six Flags going, oh, wait, has that been us? Oh boy, we've really been a mess. I don't know, but yeah, Barracuda Strike will open for 2026. Which I guess San Antonio is one of the smaller parks from what I understand.
It's not real big. I've been to it. It's a nice park.
Yeah, I've heard it's a really nice park, but yeah.
And, their Texas Stingray is a really nice GCI. Maybe not the best GCI, but it's fun. What's the...
Oh, I've heard actually a lot of good things about Texas Stingray.
Yeah. Steel Eel is a Morgan hyper that is kind of amazing for airtime. The only problem is the valleys aren't profiled right. So when you go at the bottom of the hill, you get slammed back in your seat with no padding. So that's not the best, but it's a good park. But I think it is probably the smallest of them.
I think I've heard a lot of people say Steel Eel is probably one of the best Morgan hypers.
I would buy that.
And then Mamba. A lot of people say Mamba is a really good one as well.
I do like Mamba. I've
not been on that, but
Worlds of Fun Mamba. Anyways, that one recently they've either something's changed or something. They started running it without the trim brakes at the end of the ride, and it's actually really, really fun. Like with those trim brakes turned off. Before it was just like he had some little, bunny hills at the end. It was just like, oh, okay, that was okay. That was there, good. And then when they turned the trims off, it was like, whoa. Had some airtime and stuff, and I remember I was like, I got airtime going into the brakes at the end. Like I've never had that experience on that ride before. I was like, wow, that was.
Thing to do.
Yeah. People always like, oh, yeah, you turn the trim brakes off. On some rides, it makes a little bit of difference. But that one, it made a sizable difference with the trim brakes turned off. So that was pretty cool.
There's a lot of rides like that. And, there's so many people that are like anti-trim brake, period. But for me, it's always like I don't mind trim brakes. I guess the thing is don't add them later if you want to neuter the ride.
Right.
From the design phase, there's reasons to use trim brakes. There's a reason why they exist. Trust the manufacturer, the designer, for why they did it. But then there's the let's add this afterwards type thing. That's like then you kind of start neutering the ride, and that's not nearly as much fun.
No. I still want to know for this SeaWorld coaster that they're putting in. It's a while back we talked about when they installed Big Bad Wolf at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. And I'm still looking at it like that just looks like a standard sized track from B&M. Even the train, it looks like a standard sized train where they just put 2 seats underneath it instead of 4.
Yeah.
I'm just like, why would you just put 4 seats underneath the thing and double your capacity? I'm like, what's going on here? Well, the seats are different. It's like, okay, I understand. It's like, they can't do anything about that. Go talk with Vekoma. Put them in a triangular fashion on the thing and see how that works out. Seemed to work out good for the GIVs.
I thought they were a smaller gauge.
I mean, I kind of just go back to I've been looking at pictures of it, and it looks like the same exact gauge. It looks like 150 centimeters, 1,500 millimeters. Looks like a standard backbone on that thing. For those wondering, like on a general B&M ride, center line of the rails is 1,500 millimeters, 150 centimeters.
Yeah, well, I mean, if that is the case, then certainly that really doesn't make much sense.
Yeah, it's got to be all in just the train, the lower half of the train design.
Yeah, but there can't be much.
Okay, I've done the research.
You got research?
Yep, they're different.
Okay.
The family suspended coaster has a smaller gauge.
Does it?
Yep.
Man, it does not look that way.
I thought they did.
I'm trying to get the actual numbers, and I'm not seeing that in this article, but it does say
I think
different.
I think the issue might be the illusion of when you see the smaller track with the smaller trains, it makes the track look bigger.
I can see that.
So like that's why visually you're like, oh yeah, it looks like the same, but you're used to seeing the big track with 4 seats, and it's just like kind of an optical illusion.
Proportionally,
That's true.
Things are the same too. It says it's a smaller gauge with a narrower box structure. So it's like they, shrunk the whole thing down so it has the same proportions to it. It would fool us into thinking it's the same gauge.
It's the what is it? The HO size train track?
Yeah, that's it.
It's not the good old fashioned Lionel. It's HO.
Yeah.
Well, also coming to Texas, been talking about this for a while, but Universal Texas Kids Resort, or Universal Kids Resort, is coming, and they now have a website which also lists all of the lands that they have. So we now know we're going to see DreamWorks Shrek's Swamp. Good Lord.
I thought I was going to be the one having trouble talking. What's your excuse?
DreamWorks Shrek's Swamp. That's a mouthful.
That is rough.
Nickelodeon's SpongeBob SquarePants Bikini Bottom. Illumination's Minions vs. Minions Bellow Bay Club. Jurassic World Adventure Camp. DreamWorks Trolls Fest. DreamWorks Puss in Boots Del Mar. Isle of Curiosity with DreamWorks Gabby's Dollhouse. There's the lands. And it does say it is exclusively for families with small children.
So we have to hire small children to go check it out.
Right.
It's like we've got to step beyond the Pterodon flyers. Like, can I borrow your kid for an hour? Can I borrow your kid for a trip?
Yeah.
There are so many government services listening to this podcast right now.
It's not this podcast. The universal pass holders, like they're on the forums. Apparently, there's like tons of this like going on. Like, hey, can we meet up? Can I borrow your kid to ride this coaster?
We don't have enough kid business across the street from this park.
There's just not enough red flags in the system for all this. We're having to do the Trump thing. We're having to import red flags from China. They're coming over here. We didn't have enough. We got to get them from China.
I love how you're turning red over your own joke.
Oh, my family all the time. They just, I will say something, I will start busting up and laughing, and they will all just be staring at me, and they're just like, well, I guess it was funny to you, and it wasn't funny for the rest of us. And there's plenty of times where I start hysterically laughing where I can't catch my breath. Before the jokes, I haven't even said anything because it all happened in my head so fast. Yeah, I get that. I get that a lot.
Well, in news that shouldn't be news but has become huge news, a roller coaster caught fire.
No way.
Dead coaster.
Rip Ride Rocket was being demolished and it caught fire.
Oh, I was gonna say Colossus at Magic Mountain.
Yeah, this is this is the East Coast Colossus incident, I guess. Although this fire looks like literally, like from the video that is in this article, like it doesn't look like anything. Like,
yeah,
I saw this pop up on like YouTube and Instagram and all these other things, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, why is this news? It's like, well, the chain trough caught fire. It's like, okay, something that's been soaked in oil for X amount of years finally got a spark on it and it caught on fire.
Right, yeah.
They're afraid the whole park was going to burn down.
Were people stuck on the ride? Oh no, the ride's being torn down. It's like, so what's the problem? Are we just trying to help it a little faster?
Right, yeah.
Slow news cycle in Orlando.
We're doing the Todd Joseph method. We'll get the burn permit later.
I mean, like,
it's also metal too. That's the thing. Like Colossus was wood. This is a metal structure. It's not going anywhere.
It's not gonna,
We also, it wasn't very big, but we also lit our Woody on fire when we were converting it to an RMC. We did the same exact thing. It wasn't a huge fire like that made the news like Colossus did, but it's like, we started a fire. It's because you take these industrial chop saw type grinders and you just plow through all the track steel that's saturated in oil and everything else on top of dry wood. It's like, and I mean, that's one of the things that the crews do. They work with fire extinguishers in hand because they're like, this is going to start a fire. We already know this.
Right. Yeah. Like you're like torching a coaster to cut it apart, right. And like there's oil by like what? It kind of is expected to happen, isn't it?
I would expect it. And then that's the same exact situation I have too. It's like, oh my gosh, it's on fire. It's like, good, less work for us. Keep going.
Yeah, but like it's ridiculous. Like this is just like the news. This popped up into my main news feed. Like not even just my roller coaster stuff. Like this was big news. Like God. I'm sure if we work hard enough, we could find a way to blame Maurer for this too.
You take something soaked in oil and start making sparks around it because people are working with torches, cut-off saws, everything. Yeah. You start making sparks around it.
It's unavoidable to get some kind of fire going.
Gonna catch on fire. That's why you have people. You look around these things when they're doing tear down, especially, and there's people standing around. It's like, what are those people doing right there? They're not doing anything. It's like those people, their official designation is fire watch. And that's part of the hot work permitting setup that OSHA requires and stuff like that. It's one person not doing anything, literally just looking for fire. That's it. That's all they do. And then when you catch something on fire, they go, hey, there's a fire over there.
Can I do that for a weekend job? That'd be some easy money.
Yeah. Well, not much skill involved with that, so the pay is adjusted accordingly.
Well, okay, all right, I got it. I don't know. What do those people get paid that hold the stop and, go slow signs at the construction zones?
Oh, those are union jobs. You got to be careful around there.
Yeah.
I worked, one of the ride mechanics that worked with me, he many a years did road construction stuff. And he was, for a very long time, they would rotate those spots out all the time.
Yeah.
And he was, all the time, would just stand there holding the stop sign and go. And he says people would drive by, they'd yell at you, cuss at you, spit at you, throw their coffee on you.
What?
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
You
Horrible
could
things.
not imagine what people, like, being a firefighter, like, I've been one of the, like, not the stop go thing, but like the just stop.
Right, the stop.
It's ridiculous the amount of people that would just get bad. There's one incident in particular that I remember. It was a 3-vehicle accident on a 2-lane highway. And when I say the road was blocked, I mean the road was blocked by vehicles that would not move, right? And traffic's backed up like around the corner, and I can't see where the traffic is, but I'm just standing there, like, really, I'm just standing there watching, right? And all of a sudden, I see this pickup truck come driving down the wrong side of the road. Like, what the hell is this guy doing? He proceeds to come down, and this guy started screaming and yelling at me, telling me that I'm going to cause an accident because I'm blocking the whole road. I'm like, do you not see these vehicles behind me? I mean, he's going off, and I'm like, listen, you need to pull over there behind my engine right now. So he starts pulling over, and then he, like, stops, and I'm like, I don't know what he's doing. And, like, there was a police officer, like, not very far. I'm like, hey!
Right.
He comes over. I'm like, this guy, I'm like, he just, like, he drove down the wrong side of the road. I kept telling him to stop. He keeps driving towards me. And I told him to pull behind. And, like, I point to him, like, telling him, like, told him to pull behind the engine. As I'm telling the cop this, the guy pulls back out. And the cop's just, like, looking at him like, what?
Are you crazy?
The cop runs over and he's like, listen, over there now.
And stay there.
He's
for the
like,
next week.
Yeah. I see him over there, like, they're talking. He comes over, the cop comes back over to me. He's like, hey, just so you know, I gave him a citation. I might have to ask for you to come to court. Thankfully he didn't. I guess he paid the ticket. It was all good. But I'm like, what do you want me to do? There's cars all over the road.
Oh, God.
Like, the wrecker's not even here yet. Well, like, do you want to help me carry them? Like, what do you want me to do? But
There was a heck of an accident I saw on the way to work this week. I'm so glad I don't commute directly into Pittsburgh, because that's where the traffic flow is inbound to the city. There were 3 semi-trucks and 3 cars involved in this thing. The semi-trucks didn't look like they were too terribly damaged, but the cars were total wreck. I can't imagine what the passengers in those vehicles, that they were in any kind of good shape. And then, which, obviously that's the worst of it, but the traffic beyond that, during rush hour, morning rush hour, it went on for miles. And I got to my exit off the highway to go where I work, and I still hadn't come to the end of it. And so it was literally miles and miles of dead standstill traffic because of that. And I wonder how many of those people were behaving badly like that.
yeah, I don't know. Although Pittsburgh always is different. Like, it's different than
lots of
everywhere
ways.
else. In a lot of ways it's better. But, like, Seriously, like you just like it always amazed me how many people would just like yell at you. Like I'm here like I'm here for a reason, you know?
Yeah.
But like those people getting paid good money to switch those signs, like they deserve it.
Oh, I know they rotate
like,
out of it too.
But
That's
I
not what
mean,
they do
like
all the time.
to stand there, like I would. In Northern Virginia, I would not want that job because, like, I legitimately would be afraid of being run over, if not accidentally, like intentionally. I mean, it's horrible. That's got to be a really dangerous job. Anyway, how do we get here?
I don't know. We took a left turn. Are we in Utah yet, maybe?
I don't know. Let's go to Utah.
Yeah, let's go to
This
Utah.
is shocking, like incredibly shocking news. Who could have seen this coming?
Ryan.
Anybody that saw the picture?
Yeah.
Lagoon unveils plans for a new screaming swing.
What? Is that what they're going to put in?
Can you believe it? Like, that's what those tanks were for. It's unbelievable.
I never would have known it.
Amazing.
Who would have thought that was such a... Oh, they were very sly on their social media. Oh, man.
Must have been. I don't know about the name, though.
I lost $50 on that one.
Here's another thing I got to say though. Like props to Lagoon for not even bothering trying to do the whole this is the tallest screaming swing in the world.
Oh.
Because every time one of these opens, it seems like the park's like, oh yeah, this is the tallest one. They're all identical.
Yeah.
This is, like I said, we're going to get into that war where it's going to be, this is the bluest one.
Right,
This is the cleanest one. It's going to be eventually. I was looking through the article, though. It had something written in it. I was trying to find it again.
I do wonder about the name. They're calling it the Nutcracker. And my first thought was, I wonder if the male ridership will be lower on this one than others just because of the name.
All right.
I think the giant nutcracker they're putting out front might give it away. Honestly, I think that's the most exciting thing. Like, apparently they're like this. They're putting a lot into this giant nutcracker they're building to put out front of it. Which,
really,
yeah, like. I mean, this being the park that has the spinning toilets, like I just kind of want to see. Yeah, they are saying it is. Its most dynamic swing height is 135 feet, which is just short of Cannonball's tallest loop at 140 feet. So
maybe it'll have a spinning toilet too.
Spinning nutcracker, at least.
You know the line that got me? The Nutcracker is the first new ride at Lagoon in 3 years. Like, I feel like Primordial was just a brand new thing.
I also feel like that is what it was the thing. Yeah.
You did not come through at all on that.
No, that totally broke up.
What was that?
Oh, did it? Sorry. I also felt like Primordial was like just opened up.
Yeah. It
like just what was that, last year? Like, oh, it was just opened up. It's like, nope, it wasn't. It was a long time ago.
Clearly. Time just like, after 2020, time did a weird thing. Like, I swear, like, last year was 2020. It just always feels that way. I don't know why. I didn't read this one yet, but
it's not much to it.
Hershey gets some weird stuff going on recently.
It's just kind of bizarre. So, yeah, on the Wild Mouse at Hershey Park, they had to do an evac because somebody's clothing, a sweatshirt, got caught in the wheels of the car. Like, how? What were you doing? And we're going to have to put our clothes in lockers and ride the rides naked now or something because of this?
Might be the only safe way.
Yeah.
Now, we should make a public service announcement to the people of Hershey, Pennsylvania. Obviously, they're so loving and caring and thoughtful out there. But listen, as a former ride mechanic here, people, rides are inanimate objects. They don't get cold. So if you want to donate your sweater to the ride, you can do it in some other fashion.
Yes.
But
Give it to the ride up.
Right. The track doesn't actually get cold. I mean, it does temperature-wise, but it can't feel anything. It's an inanimate object. So please, if you want to make the ride warmer, don't give it your sweater on the track.
Yeah.
It's just not... This has been another public service announcement.
Yeah, the quote is, a guest riding the Wild Mouse attraction dropped a sweatshirt, which became lodged, et cetera, et cetera. But, yeah, aren't you supposed to be wearing it? Or why are you carrying it, you know?
Yeah. You know what the really bum deal about that one is that the cart went around the corner, hit the sweater, got stuck around the corner, and they were stranded there for a little bit until someone could come up, grab a come along on the back of the thing, and pull the car backwards.
Is that
into the
what
next
they do in
brake
that?
segment.
Because I'm looking at that like, what do they do?
Mm-hmm. Yep, you grab it and pull it backwards. And the crap part about that is that the person who lost the sweater is already on the next ride.
Yeah,
They've already gotten down. They've gotten off. They've unloaded. They're on the next ride already. It's like, oh, I lost my sweater on that one. When meanwhile, someone else is up there. They're like, oh man, we're going to be on the news about this one. Yeah, you have to. That's the best way when something gets stuck in the vehicle going one direction. If you can, just pull it backwards, and theoretically, it will kind of unstick itself. Hopefully. But yeah, that's the best method of recovery. And I think in one of the pictures they showed, if you look really carefully, you could see him with the come along chain on it in the back. It's hard to see, but
Yeah, I see him holding the. Yeah.
Now, props to Hershey Park. They did a really good thing, because one of the things I noticed in those pictures is that, so for people that don't know, roller coasters are slanted downhill, so they roll forward. It's a new concept for a lot of people. I'm gonna say it's the same kind of everywhere, although the people at Mount Olympus like getting in front of roller coasters that are stuck. Hershey Park was like, you know what, we're going to get behind it in case for some reason it unstucks itself. If the coaster suddenly unstucks itself around the corner, it could roll forward. So they're like, you know what? Let's go up behind it. We're going to sneak up on it. We're going to get down. We're going to crouch down really low, and we're just going to sneak up and throw a chain on the back of it. Be like, it's break time. Gotcha. Yeah, a chain on you. Yeah.
Amazing.
That's that whole gravity and slanted track thing. You know, it's like I said, it must be different at Mount Olympus because they just go right to the front.
It's like they have gravity anomalies there.
Yeah,
It's
like Confusion Hill at Idlewild. Everything rolls uphill. So Mattel, I'm starting to have trouble keeping track of the Mattel Adventure Parks. This is the third one, right? Or is this only the second one? How many are there? I don't know.
Good question.
Or maybe this is just the second one.
Well, there's the one in Arizona. One in Kansas City is coming soon. Where is this one?
This is the Kansas City one.
Okay, yeah.
I felt like there was another one, but maybe it's just because this one got delayed that yeah, so this isn't going to open until like 2031.
Yeah, it's the only two.
It must be open by 2031.
Yeah. Well, it has to be completed by October 2030. So I guess technically they could open at the end of 2030, but no. Yeah, so they everybody reached the agreements and everything's go. They're gonna start building it. Do we know? This doesn't say anything about the coasters, but RCDB says that they're getting a Hot Wheels Bone Shaker from Chance Rides and a Twin Mill Racer from Chance Rides, a Hyper GTX. So, cool. Always like to see new Chance coasters.
Give you a second place to go when you head down to Worlds of Fun.
Might be the only park by then. Maybe, maybe they'll have a new, bigger Mattel Adventure Park.
That's right.
Right. Why build it when we could just buy this other one that was going into foreclosure over here?
Theme everything to Mattel products instead.
Absolutely.
Worlds of Mattel Fun.
As long as they still build as long as they still build the Hyper GTX.
Okay.
Oh my, have you rode Lightning Run yet, Greg?
What's that?
Lightning Run? Have you rode it?
No.
Oh, you don't know what you're missing.
It's by chance? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know anything about it.
Kansas, or not Kansas, Kentucky Kingdom.
I have not been to Kentucky Kingdom. I kind of regret that I didn't go when I went out to Hollywood Nights because, they're a stone's throw away from each other. But I was like, okay, I'm here for Hollywood Nights. I'm going to spend the whole weekend, enjoying that instead of taking a day to go to Kentucky Kingdom. And now I'm kind of regretting it because then I can't get into the whole debate about, their SLC sucks with you.
No, man.
Because I never wrote it, so I can't say one way or the other.
You actually met the other person that liked T3,
yeah,
so
that's right.
I'm not alone.
Dude, yeah, well, that doesn't say much, does it?
No.
It's only two people in the entire
Doesn't
world.
matter. There's two of us. Shout out to Marshall.
Yeah.
That like the SLC?
T3, yeah.
T3.
Yeah,
okay.
In particular.
The SLC at Kentucky Kingdom, it was T2. They redid it. They got Kumbach trains rather than the new Vekoma trains. Apparently, everybody hates them or hated them. I loved them. I thought T3 was the best SLC in existence, period. And I feared that I was
It's
the
a pretty
only
low
one.
bar. Let's be real here.
Yeah, but I mean, Great Nor'easters are really good. But still, I like T3 over Great Nor'easter.
Okay.
And then I ran into Marshall, who also was like, "Nope, I loved them. They made you feel like a fighter pilot." I don't know.
So what was so different about these comeback trains? And
so, well, I guess everybody said that they clamped down on you. So like a Sky Rush type thing. I don't know.
I was just gonna say you like the old Sky Rush,
right?
too.
So like it didn't bug me. But they were like a vest type restraint. But like I don't know, the thing that's really fun about the SLCs is how they are janky. But as long as you're not like being thrown into a restraint, to me that's fun. And I don't know, there's something about these trains that just like they just felt really comfortable, and I just enjoyed the ride so much more.
Okay.
I can't really quantify it more than that. I really like those trains. But
I just know on the SLC, it's left side, row 7 is the spot to ride on those, assuming it's a 10 car vehicle. Then yeah.
I never,
because the SLCs are put on with the variants if they can go anywhere between 7 or 10 coaches in length. So the ones I've been used to, they've always been 10 coaches. And for some reason, row 7 on the left side is the best seat to ride on. And the other thing that you have to do with the SLC, it's like you have to leave the restraint loose. That's the key thing. You leave the restraint loose. Don't go ragdoll, but just let your body just flop around.
How does that stop the head banging, though? For short people like me, unlike tall people like you. Because that's my problem with those.
Yeah, all I know is that if you stiffen your body up and try to hold yourself, you'll hit everything there, and you ricochet off of everything inside the ride. But if you just relax everything, you kind of just stay right where you're supposed to be.
Okay. See, I have a rule of thumb. If it has the OG restraints, ride it once for the credit. Last thing of the night.
The last thing.
And go home with a headache. Do not, never ride it again.
Of riding Mind Racer at Elitch Gardens in the middle of the day, and found out afterward that that's actually supposedly one of the worst of the SLCs in terms of being painful. And it was at least an hour and a half after that ride before I did anything else. In terms of
I went to Elitch Gardens. I got in line for the Spider, of all things. Got in line for the Spider just because I'm like, oh, look, there's a Spider. I want to ride on that just because I like those rides. It's fun. Yeah. And look, there's only like 30 people in line. So cool, let's get on. 45 minutes later is when I actually got onto the ride.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's painful.
Oh my gosh, it was. And so after that, it was like we went on just a couple things because it was so like the throughput was so horrible. We're just like, there's some roller coasters here. I'm just like, no. One's the old hang and bang. It's like I don't want to go on the hang and bang over here because I've heard bad things about that one in particular.
Yeah.
And the other one's a Woody. The Woody I didn't care to get on, so I was just like, nope. Mm-mm.
Well, the Woody there isn't bad.
No,
it's not. It's never going to be in your top 10, but it's not bad. They at least have it maintained pretty well, so it doesn't beat you up. But
well, that's good.
Yeah. And it's not an airtime machine. It's a twister, hence the name. But it's probably of coasters in the park the best one that's there.
Yeah, I was curious about the Intamin. I'm pretty sure it's Intamin's, the skater, the U-shaped skater that's there.
Never got on that because it's one of those apparently. If there's dew in the morning, it doesn't open for 6 hours after the park opens because if there's any kind of moisture, they can't run it.
Those things are fun.
Oh, I rode on it just because I wanted to see how it worked. Yeah. And then I got up there and I was like watching everything. It was like the one thing my wife was like, "Hey, you want to ride on the yes?" She pointed to it. I'm like, not the SLC, not the Woody, but I saw the skater. I'm like, there's something I'd like to try. Let's go do that one. So. It was, again, the line was just a little short line, so it was just an hour in line. And then we got on that one. And that was a really interesting ride. But, going up to it, it's like, oh, yeah, there's all the Intamin stuff, the IDS drive system on the side of it, bird's nests all over everything's. That was cool. I'm like, how did they get it to rotate? And we stood up there. Actually, it broke down while we were next in line, so I got to see some extra cycling out of it. And I was like, oh, that's how it's done. I was like, really? That's it? Oh, okay, cool.
It's just weight distribution, isn't it?
So so when you start, they literally bring drive wheels up next to the coach. And it starts turning the seats because it's literally a drive wheel to the side underneath the thing. It starts to turn the seats.
Okay.
And then as it starts to dispatch, actually starts to swing, the drive wheels drop away. And then you're sitting on a slewing ring, but it's not centered on the slewing ring. It's actually an eccentric. You're off to one side.
Huh.
So the drive wheels get you, they start the turning process, but then after there, you're at the mercy of just wherever that eccentric is versus gravity and pull as you're going around. It gives you the illusion that you're speeding up and slowing down when it's simply just a lopsided egg rolling around the outside of the U.
Huh.
Yeah.
The one in American Dream apparently doesn't work right. I know it's not shocking to a lot of people, but yeah, it just like, it always just, I don't know, it all, like, there was no spinning like at the beginning. It seemed to be just weight. You just kind of like how the weight was distributed on it would determine how you would spin. So
I could see that. I could see that because as a cheap skate park, I could definitely see like, oh, the drive stopped working. What do we do? And it's like, they'll still spin out on the ride. So you just disable that function and it's just like,
maybe,
okay,
maybe that's just an
kinda
option
works.
too. Like maybe there's like maybe the one in American Dream just didn't get that option.
Quite possibly, because the one at Elitch Gardens, now that I'm thinking about that, I couldn't make that statement for the one at Elitch Gardens because it actually, when it comes back down to the bottom, it actually homes the seat pods in a specific spot. It has a home position to go into. So it can't just, that one there particularly won't just let the seat sit all willy-nilly.
Yeah, then it probably is just an option then, because the one at American Dream doesn't. Yeah,
Doesn't do
none
that.
of that. It seems to be just like there.
They just pull up, hit the brake, tires screech, and they're like, "Get off."
Yeah, basically. They're actually fun rides though. They're like discos, except they are actually coasters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good height on them too.
Yeah. I don't even remember where we're at. Oh yeah,
Westchester Police.
Westchester Police. This is why we can't have nice things.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so a trio of likely teenagers broke into Playland Amusement Park in Rye, New York. And they stole 200 stuffed animals. They tried to throw a photo booth into the lake.
The boardwalk.
Yeah, off the boardwalk. And
vandalize cables in electrical room. Ripping them out.
yeah, this is ridiculous.
Then they went back over the fence and left in a boat that they came in.
They are very clearly on a security camera, though, so I have to imagine these guys are going to be found.
So apparently they have a ride there that's kind of like the old mill at Kennywood, because that's one of the security cameras that looks like it's a drain.
That's exactly what it is. It literally looks like the old mill. It absolutely does.
But the security camera's got clear shots of their faces and all that, and two of them can be identified when they're not wearing any shirts, apparently, from this.
Okay, so I got two questions. They're relevant. Don't worry.
Okay.
The first one,
because we care.
what's the black market demand for stuffed animals? And two, what's the black market cost for stuffed animals? How much are they going to get for the stuffed animals on the black market? We're talking 200 stuffed animals in trash bags. I can't think that I just can't see that they're walking away with those huge ones, that are like 54-inch tall stuffed animals.
You just see a boat driving away with these giant stuffed animals. Oh, I wonder what they're doing.
Right? 200 stuffed animals on a little boat. It's like, they made it out 10 feet and then it sank. And now they're all the stuffed animals, they just sopped up all the water and they're big, swollen, mushy right in the middle of the thing now. This I was like, what are you going to do with 200 stuffed animals, huh?
What?
The police can catch them. Just look on eBay today.
Right, yeah.
I can't imagine what the thought process is that inspires you to go do something as stupid as this.
Yeah, I don't
Were
understand.
They drunk? Were they high? There's
There's probably some.
Dare?
mind-altering process happening there.
Oh, yeah.
And why do they always have their shirts off? Like, one guy has his shirt off. It's like, what's up with that?
The other guy doesn't have shoes on.
Yeah, he's barefoot, and he's got... That's a jacket, really, isn't it? It's not actually a shirt that he's got to open.
No, he's wearing a shirt, too, is it? Oh, maybe not. I can't tell.
I can't tell. It's pretty...
Looks like it might be like a skin-colored shirt.
Yeah, it could be. And then we've got the other guy in the hoodie with the hood up and sunglasses on. So he's the only one that's at least trying to be smart about hiding his face, but still.
He's the criminal that's like, how'd I get paired with these guys?
Yeah, that's a good question. How did you get paired with them?
I hope they...
I hope they get caught.
They better get caught. Like this, so especially that park has been through so much. They don't need more of this shit.
Is there they put the picture up on the website, but is there video that goes with that? Because I would really like to see them walking around this tunnel the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, honestly, the way the two guys, if you look at the picture, one in the center, one on the left, the way they're looking like it looks like they're also following with like a snapping as they're going to, and they're
you're right.
about to start a dance number.
That's it. They broke in to film a music video.
That's it.
Yeah, I didn't watch the video, but it looks like they just have still pictures from security cameras.
Some
You're
people.
Right. This is why we can't have nice things.
Yep. Codaland finally making progress. They fixed their mistake, and they've actually got wait, which one is this? Is this Circuit Breaker?
Circuit Breaker.
Circuit Breaker. Yep.
POV is now available. We have a link to it in the show notes. It looks okay, but like the environment of Siren's Curse just makes this seem like, it's a coaster. Had I not rode Siren's Curse, I would be like, oh, this looks amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
And I want to know what this POV has some weird noises in it. But is it onboard audio or what? Or is there something going on? Yeah.
No, that was like, I don't know what it was. It was like a minute and a half into it. Like it was going around a corner. It was like, it's like, oh.
Yeah. What the?
I was like, actually stopped it and rewind, listen to it again. It's like, oh, okay. My son was like, what was that? And I'm like, that is a sound of steel on steel contact right there.
Yeah.
Well, according to RCDB, it will have onboard sound. So
I don't think that's what we were hearing.
No,
I don't think so.
No, that sounded like probably some upstops were not adjusted all the way, and it just scraped something as it went by.
Yeah, and it squeaked like that a few other times, but the one time you're mentioning, it was loud.
It was loud. It was loud. What you don't want is rapid fire banging sound, a steel rapid fire banging, because that's something hitting the spine of the track. That's not good. That's the one you don't want. And then if you're testing at nighttime, you don't want sparks flying off of it either.
I talked to somebody at Mount Olympus, and they said that was fine.
You want sparks flying off in the daylight either.
They're harder to see in the daytime, so it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay.
Like,
Eventually go down. The brake fin started 80 millimeters tall, and it comes back at 72. It's like, what happened?
the guy I talked to at Mount Olympus said that was fine.
Oh, yeah.
No problem.
Brake fins, we don't even use those anymore. We took them off 10 years ago.
We use a grappling hook now.
Right.
You ride until you coast to a stop.
Right. The ride operators just have a pile of sweaters right next to them to keep throwing on the track.
You got Bob.
My computer almost got sprayed with Coke on that one.
Just throw their sweaters out there. It'll stop eventually.
That's great.
Every year they collect all the sweaters they didn't sell and they donate it to the ride.
Right.
This is the breaks for next year.
These are the sacrificial sweaters. Yep. Yep. And they're sizable too. So you use the small for the cold days, medium for the warm days, and large for the hot days. And then if it's running really cold, you take a small and cut it in half and throw it on there. Oh wait, those are the trims. That's a trim. Sorry.
That's a trim.
Had too much fun with that.
Well, guys, this is very disappointing news. Literally right before we started recording, my nephew sent me a text. He's like, no! I'm like, what? He said, Wildy Hildy's closing. Which neither of us have rode because it's in Germany.
However, it's well known.
Yeah, if you don't know what we're talking about, you can't picture the ride, well, that's a given. The theme music, on the other hand, if you haven't heard it, where have you been? It's maybe the best theme music produced for a roller coaster. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. But yeah, this is a rollerball that, according to RCDB, it will close on November 2nd. Same day Six Flags America closes.
Just something we don't know about, all these dates aligning like that. Like, what is that?
I'm kind of wondering what's going on with November 2nd.
Right?
Wasn't that
This
King of Cuz last day too?
Closing. The what?
Is that King of Cuz last day, or was it the following weekend maybe?
Oh, that I don't know.
Enough. Yeah.
No, I think I don't know. It was somewhere around there though. Yeah, if you haven't heard the theme music, there is a link in the show notes. You need to listen to it.
You have to. Just be sure you're wearing a straw hat and maybe some overalls.
Was it that bad? I didn't think it was that bad.
It's
very
chicken sounds in the background.
It is clearly relaying the theme of the ride. I love it though. Like seriously, it's like a Cotton Eye Joe type song.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
King of Cuz last day was November 10th last year.
Okay.
We should have had a moment of silence a few days ago.
No. You're a month off. It was November 10th.
Yeah.
It's still October.
See it's catching up with me, the fact that I haven't had enough sleep.
We could plan that moment of silence now.
We can.
There we
go. November 10th, we have to figure out a ceremony and all of that.
This will be the first rollerball to go defunct.
Which is pretty impressive because it looks like it should have been defunct a long time ago. A long time ago.
It only opened in 2018.
It's just, it's got that like, it looks like it's, the SNS, the free spin mixed with the Intamin Zack spin, right? Is that the one? And then it looks like this one should have been right there in it.
Well, so the thing with the Zack spin, though, is it really was only Green Lantern, from what I understand.
That was it?
Yeah, because all the other ones people loved. And it was because Six Flags did something to modify it.
Why do I always get to ride on the crappiest thing possible?
Well,
why is that?
Six Flags?
There's one at the park in Stockholm, Sweden, that people say is awful, too.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
I had always heard people really like them except for Green Lantern.
Huh.
Mainly because Green Lantern, Six Flags did, which Six Flags had a really bad habit of doing this, where they would look at a ride and they would say, that's a little too extreme. We need to make it more family friendly. And then when they did that, they either ruined the ride to the point where nobody loved it, or they made it miserable. And I don't remember exactly what it was. It's been a while since I really was like reading about this, but like they added some kind of weight to the cars to like basically keep them from flipping. But like the problem is the engineering was designed with the full swing in mind. So like you were basically in a situation where the car, like the restraint, like everything about the ride was designed in a way that it was expecting you to swing much farther forward, but it was stopping short, which was kind of like jarring you. Like something to that effect. That's not exact. That's a like oversimplification of like what they did, but they definitely did, like they did their own modifications. Defunct Land actually has a really good video about it. I think it's Defunct Land.
That probably sounds right. I mean, I could see that being on that channel. Absolutely. Yeah. It's like I would have actually gone the other way just thinking about it, not knowing any information. I would have said that, they wanted to make it more family friendly. It's like, so they pulled the center of rotation closer to the center of mass so it would spin easier, so they get more flips out of it. And then it's like, but it turns out that was not the right thing to do. It should have been further away, and it spins too much. But I don't know, that would have been way back in the design phase.
Well, and that's the whole problem, is the whole design phase happened, and then Six Flags was like, well, let's try this. And whatever it was, like, had the results that they wanted from like a visual perspective, but from a rider perspective, it was miserable.
I just know the amount of times it caught me upside down with the G-force like straight out of my face. Like that was not great at all. Like I got off that ride because no one else would go on it with me. My wife and sister-in-law and brother-in-law and everyone was waiting off the ride. I got off that ride and I literally went to them and like, are any blood vessels burst inside my eyes? Because
they could be.
I literally felt like the ride was trying to take my eyeballs out of their sockets. Like that, it was bad.
Yeah.
Like every once in a while on the SNS, you'll catch that just at the right time. You'll be like face down right when it goes against gravity, and you get that hard force away from you. But on that Zach spin, it seemed like it was just constantly, like every time it was like that. It was like, ow.
Well, that was the thing.
Stop
it didn't
it.
really do full flips, but it kind of did that like or like you were saying, like there's more forces than full flips. Like you really didn't flip over like completely 360, right? I think
I could have sworn I did. I remember for sure it was a stereotypical. I came into the brakes down at the bottom, like the majority of people do on those particular rides. I came into the brakes upside down. That was the thing for that ride.
Yeah.
Like everyone's like, yeah, for some reason you always come into the brakes upside down. It's like, oh yeah, I was sitting in the station upside down completely. Like, yep, I'm just waiting for it to right. Like, yep, there goes. Okay, finally, and then righted itself back over again. It's like, all right, cool. Exits that way, right? Yes, please.
Yeah, like I said, I can't remember like the specifics, but there definitely was like they did their own modifications, and it made it more miserable. But the rollerballs, I've not really heard anything bad about the rollerballs. There is one in New York. And at Adventureland called Fireball. Hershey was actually supposed to get a rollerball. I can't remember what ride they got instead. But I think Hershey was supposed to be like the first park to get one. Like this was supposed to be their like, introducing a brand new ride. I think it was even supposed to happen maybe even before the free spins. Don't quote me on that because I could totally be pulling that out of my ass.
Yeah. Huh.
I'm gonna have to get up to Adventureland and try it because I'm more curiosity than anything.
They look like interesting rides,
But unfortunately, they don't all have the Woody Hildy soundtrack.
That's too bad.
No.
So the revolution has begun.
Revolution?
Local parks.
Oh, yes.
Arnold's Park amusement park has had a record season. Even though I don't really understand the quote about the numbers. I think they're saying it's 700,000. Oh, okay. Yeah. 700,000 unique visits, which basically equates to 300,000 people. So, like, figuring them multiple times. So, like, they actually had, like, 700,000 turns of the turnstile. And that was done by, like, roughly 300,000 people. And apparently that's a record for them. Love seeing these local parks. I know, like, when we were at Knoebels, that park was packed. I mean, I'm just seeing, like, it seems to be, like, I don't know. Do you think it's already Six Flags, like, affecting it? Or do you, like, I don't know what it is. It does seem like the local parks are actually gaining some momentum.
I mean, so right now, just talking casually, right? I think your perception's just slightly skewed because of your white hot hatred for Six Flags right now.
It could be, but it's not just Six Flags, though. I mean, like, I'm
not saying it's not justified, but you know, you could take anything and make it, say like, I think it's because of this, but I also, I mean. And like the way I always think about things, I tend to this right now anyway. I gravitate towards the economy, what the economy's doing. And right now, everything is just complete crap. Like no one's got any money. Everyone's swimming in debt. So what I look at from this is that the smaller parks, the Arnold's parks, these other places, they're cheaper. They're cheaper to get
More
into,
accessible,
and then
better value.
You're also going to see not a backlash, not in a bad way at all, but I mean, it's kind of like you could say an awakening where people would go to one of these parks and they're like, "Oh, that was really great. Why have we not done this before?" And then they might start looking for more little parks out there. Why have we? So we were always diehard Disneyland. We're going to Disneyland. We're going to Disneyland. It's like anytime we cross the in Southern California, what are we doing in Southern California? We're going to Disneyland, obviously, duh. And then every like 3-ish years, we would go to Universal Studios because it was just about an hour away from Disneyland. It was like an hour closer to us, We go to Universal Studios, and every time we went, we would all kind of like look around and be like, this is awesome. Why aren't we coming here more often?
Yeah.
And then the next time it was like, let's go to Disneyland.
Yeah. Actually, I think you mentioned that last week. And we pointed out that you still, like, how have you done that and still not have visited Universal Florida?
Florida, yeah.
Did you ever spend time at Knott's then?
Yeah. We didn't really, I mean, so how Universal was like every 3 years, Knott's was like every 5 years, probably. Yeah, okay. It was further apart. But Knott's is also, it's a great park also. It's a very fun park to go to. Yeah. Back in when it was conceived, the whole, Disney is like, well, my park's going to be closed on these days, but people still need something to do. And Knott's was like, yeah, well, we'll open our park and we'll make sure we're open these days so we could still keep tourists running around these places.
Yeah.
Like, great, cool.
Because I remember going there for the first time way back when I was in like 7th grade. We did a big family trip out west. And we made the mistake of going to Disneyland first and then to Knott's Berry Farm. And Knott's Berry Farm back then wasn't anything like it is now. Right. It was pretty much just the ghost town area. Mm-hmm. It didn't have any of the other lands attached to it and all of that stuff. Like, oh, this is terrible after having just gone to Disneyland. But then I went back out to Knott's for the first time since then. There's the only 2 times I've been there, just about 3 years ago, and was blown away by how nice it is and loved it. And Ghost Rider is one of my favorite coasters and all of that sort of thing. So Southern California, that's just as much on my radar as anything else for parks down there.
Yeah.
Have you been to Arnold's Park? Geographically?
I have. I know I'm the closest to it. No, actually, for some reason, never heard of it at all, period, until about 3 months ago. Then it started popping up, and I was like, Arnold's Park, what is this? And we started looking at it, and it was just like, oh, it's 3.5 hours away from us, 3.5 hour drive. It's basically we're on the border edge of Nebraska and Iowa, Nebraska and Iowa, and basically straight up above us is South Dakota. So basically you go straight up to where the three states split and go east a little bit, and that's where this park is.
Yeah.
But no, it's definitely one of those things that's like it looks interesting. It's got some rides there. It's got a couple roller coasters. It looks like a nice place to go.
Not just a couple roller coasters. It has an Alan Herschel Wild Mouse.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you have no idea what you're in for. Greg, did you ever get to Lakemont and ride the one they had there many years ago?
No. Nope.
It's just batshit crazy. That's the only way to put it.
It's a wild bat instead of a wild mouse.
it's insane. And like the cars, literally, you're just like you're in a. Looking at the picture, it's the same way. There's no restraints. You're just like sitting in a box.
Okay.
Like that, and that, like that's it. You just get in this box. And
I gotta find a picture of it.
Get in the box and try not to die, right?
Right, yeah. RCDB has a good picture of a car.
Also in Iowa is the place we still haven't been yet that we've known for a long time now is Lost Island. Still haven't been out there.
Oh, yeah, that's on a bucket list. I kind of have a plan that I'm just waiting on my daughter for. And maybe I've already mentioned this. I still have stuff of hers taking up space that I don't, I want to get rid of it. I don't need your American Girl doll collection sitting under my stairs, So I've decided I'm going to, whenever she gets settled, she just finished her master's, she's looking for a new job, all that stuff. I'll take a road trip out there. I'll rent a vehicle and load it up with her stuff. And on my way out to Denver, I'll stop at Lost Island. I'll stop at Adventureland, and I'll let you know, because if you can meet me there, that would be great. And then,
that would be cool.
Give her the stuff and fly back. But that's a way to hit those parks in the middle of the country that are kind of tough to get to otherwise from where I am.
Yep.
So
for sure,
that would be.
There is a leather seatbelt in there. I see it now.
So it's not like the wild chipmunk at Lakeside in the Denver area, which has nothing. It's fantastic.
I've heard about that. But this like, I don't know if it's we're talking like Jackrabbit style seatbelt if that is what that is.
Yeah.
But I just put a link in StudioCom if you want to take a look at the picture. Like you're just sitting in a box.
Yeah.
And
I love how the coaches still have the wood floorboard on the inside.
Yeah. Well, here's the other thing to note. Do you see the front bumper?
Yeah.
You see how it's loaded? That is because they are designed to bump into the car in front. Like that's how they come into the station. Just boop,
boop. Right into it.
Yep.
What are the brakes for if that's the case?
Well, I mean,
first you bump into it, then you hit the brakes. Duh. Like, come on.
It slows them down. I think the idea is not to go in full blast.
I'm getting better. When you said that he slows them down, I just had that picture. Oh, he's getting better. Oh. Almost died. No, he's getting better.
All right. I put in a link to the wild chipmunk.
It's Mahler. Like anything Mahler. Honestly, Alan Herschel and Mahler both are just like
Well,
anything
it makes me laugh because you look at it and you swear to God it was somebody's massive collection of erector set pieces that they built it out of. And it's just this bullet that you sit on the floor of. There's no restraint, nothing, just barely a little bit of a cushion on the floor. And it is so freaking much fun.
This is the thing that's funny about this, though. That track is no different than Mahler's other track, like Little Phantom. Like that's the same track.
Yeah.
Which I think Little Phantom might be the other manufacturer, but like same thing. Everything they built is the same thing. They're like, oh, let's build a mouse. Like, okay, well, we'll just use the same track. Like,
all right. So I'm looking at these pictures of the wild chipmunk there. From a mechanic's point of view, it really looks like someone is going to get killed on that thing. That being said, I really want to go on that because that looks like so much fun.
It is.
Right? That is just old-fashioned fun right there that you just can't have these days because they've outlawed old-fashioned fun.
And I swear to God, it's the best wild mouse I've ever been on. Or at least I was laughing my head off on that more than any I've ever ridden because the rest of them, the more modern ones, are boring by comparison.
I'm looking at this
you
one
haven't been
picture
on
of
an
the
Alan
lady.
Herschel, so
I guess not.
This one lady that's on this like bunny hill looking thing right here. Oh my gosh, that looks amazing.
yeah, it really does. Like this whole thing, like this just from looks alone, I think this probably rivals the Alan Herschel. But honestly, like, yeah, from a wild mouse perspective, like. It's just off the wall.
Wow.
Have you come across the one where it's showing the track as a whole through some bars and there's the back end of the car and what the bumper is on the back of it? It's just a spring. It's great.
Yeah, it probably does. Oh yeah. Probably the same method as the Alan Herschel. Like we don't have to fully stop them. The car in front will.
Yeah, you'll just bump in each other. Yeah, it's fine.
No bum. It's fine. It's no big deal. I mean, so many rides. I mean, they still have reduction brakes and stuff on them, but once you get into like a smaller area where big coasters, you have to have blocks and stuff like that to prevent them from touching. But
yeah.
But I mean, honestly, this style, like a bobsled style, that type of stuff, like Matterhorn or all the way down to Wild Mouse, it's like, let them bump. Who cares? Nobody cares. It's fine.
Yeah.
But when you take a 14-ton train and
right.
bump another 14-ton train, there's
the problem.
There's twisted steel in the middle of that thing. Like that steel doesn't react well, so you can't let those vehicles touch. But these smaller ones, yeah, sure, go ahead, bump them into each other.
It's part of the charm.
Right, it's part of the charm. What do you got? A broken leg? Get out of here.
You want to go again?
No Dippin' Dots.
I love these old manufacturers. They're just all of them. They're awesome. Last but not least, have you ever wondered what it's like to be a dog at Knoebels? Well, now you can find out.
That's right.
This really is a cute little video of like it's a dog going to Knoebels, and like the whole video is narrated by the dog. The dog even does an interview with Brian Knoebel.
Yes.
It's just awesome. So yeah, definitely check it out. But like, I love the whole. I mean, it's just great. He talks about some of the rides and stuff, and yeah, it's really fun. If you want to check out something fun,
it still surprises me when I see dogs at the park. You know,
like
I don't know how they don't freak out with all of the noises and the crowds and all of that stuff. Those are some dogs that are used to it, I guess.
Let me tell you, this one. There was one day I was there, and there was a dog standing by Stratosphere that clearly thought this machine was killing people.
I know it's
every single time that thing started going up, this dog started barking like crazy, like absolute crazy. And you could just tell it was which I'm sure the dog heard the screaming. So it kind of equated that to, but oh my God, every single time that thing started going
for everybody on the ride.
Yeah, it really was. It was hilarious. I mean, it might have been traumatic for the dog, but it was hilarious for the poor
dog.
It is funny though. Like, I mean, the dogs love it. Like,
yeah,
it just
the ones that go right on the rides.
Always, yeah. Oh my God, my sister's.
I think they said there were 6 rides that they allow the dogs on.
Yeah, my sister's dog Nova just loved she'd just run and hop right in a ride and just sit there, and she just loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Did it catch any rings on the carousel?
No. They're not allowed to ride on horses.
Oh, dang.
Right. Because a dog riding a horse would be crazy. We got to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah, they can only ride the bench on the merry-go-round, but both trains, the boats, antique cars. I feel like there's something else, but I don't know. And then at the end of the year, they always have a doggy dive, like the last day before they drain the pool. You can bring all your dogs and go swimming with them in the pool.
Yeah, we've turned the filters off. Don't worry. We've turned the filters off, and that sign that says "Don't pee in the pool" has been removed. Just go for it. Just whatever you want.
Not worried about it. Yep.
Right. You're gonna go swimming with your. Have fun. Here's the keys. Lock up when you're done.
Last one out of the pool cleans it.
Right.
Thanks for listening to Side Friction Podcast. We release new episodes every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern.
If you enjoyed the show, please consider leaving us a review on the platform you are listening to.
Visit our website at sidefriction.com to find show notes and other information, as well as links to other locations where you can find us.
Follow us on Mastodon, sidefriction@worldkey.io, or follow me at RagingWolfBob at opencoaster.net.
Check out my channel on YouTube at Ryan the Ride Mechanic.
We hope you'll join us next week and stay on track with Side Friction Podcast.